Vad skulle jag göra?
So, hello. It didn't want to show up live, but now we are live. Fantastic. Okay. Let's do it.
Jag får säga idag gör review today.
Today, my son is drawing as well. Next to me. Hey, good morning. It was really weird. I was switching on and off, and it just didn't want to. It didn't want to switch on. Like that one time where half of the stream was missing. Luckily, like lately, I've been keeping an eye on the Twitch site itself, if I'm live, and now I noticed that I didn't switch over to live, and I looked on my phone and it said as well I was offline. So I just kept on fiddling with the like going live buttons, switching off the program, and at some point it just worked. That is, unfortunately, today is not one of those days. It will be just 30 minutes today.
Vet du vad? Jag gillar gott jättelång sketch. Men det är fint.
Det är bra.
Oj, det här gick fel. Det kan inte...
Good morning, everyone. Today is just a 30-minute one. Like I said, yesterday was a specific occasion. It seems to become a dragon today. Hey, Paul. Mikael, I might do that. It depends on, of course, what my family decides on what we're gonna do that day. But usually, bank days involve me not having to work, and they need to go to school and work. So yes, most likely, that will occur. That I will stream the next bank day. A rat dragon. That's a pretty cool idea.
Pappa,
What?
tror du några gånger på dina 30 minuter ska du hinna rita bakgrunden?
Nej, jag vill inte rita bakgrunden.
Eller betyder att du tycker inte om att rita bakgrunden?
Jag hade tid. My son wondered if I have ever time to draw the background. And I said no, I don't have the time. But it's just 30 minutes. De säger hej till dig. They're saying hi to you. You understand? Fantastic. Oh, Michael, the one where I was talking about my family and my wife and daughter was there. That's a good one. but I was rounder than. I'm still pretty round. I need to lose. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, you gotta represent. Um, of course, I'm a Viking, so I hold the kind of Swedish nationality um, and Finnish because my family has been living in Finland for 400 something years, but we are Swedish originally. So I hold that very strong in my heart and belief. I'm proud of being Swedish, and as my son is half Swedish, half Latvian, I have to represent Latvia as well, for sure. Because I love my wife and children.
Va? Inte på den tiden det går lite saktare än på din riktiga tid.
Mm.
Vad är det som du har börjat?
Den går före, den går efter. Den är 30 sekunder efter. I want to try some shapes here now. I made a new layer so that I can fall back on it if I need to. I have on the topic of being proud of my origins. I have this tattoo plan that I'm gonna do in this winter now. It's like a Viking tattoo. I think that it's going to be a really nice tattoo. The general idea is in the Viking lore, there's a tree of life called Yggdrasil, and then there's the Midgard snake that it bites its own tail, right? And when it releases the tail, the world will end. And Vikings, as you probably know, they had runes, and they always had a dragon or a Midgard snake crawling through their runestone. And I want to have a Viking pattern mixed with the Midgard snake. And on the body of the Midgard snake, I'm going to write in runes the name of my family and every firstborn man in my family, because we've done research, and my big brother is the direct descendant for 400 years. So my father is the firstborn son, my grandfather is the firstborn son, and so on. And I want to write the names in runes around my arm, so like the snake that holds the world together holds my family's name together, and my name means bear in Swedish, so I want a symbol of a bear in there as well, at like the end of the tattoo. And the top of the tattoo is gonna be the tree of life at my hand, so it's gonna be like the source of life, you know. Yeah, we know it for 400 years. To 1605, I think. So that's more than 400 years. The reason we are able to track our family back is because my surname is so unique. There's not a lot of people with that surname, and it's really simple, not simple, but easier to track when it's that unique. You know? And we have successfully done it. I will design the tattoo myself, but I'm gonna bounce it off the tattoo artist that I've chosen because I'm gonna use the same tattoo artist that tattooed my wife. Um, I want to run it past him so he can do adjustments that fits his style because I don't want to really force the style onto him. But I want the idea of that tattoo to be there, right? So it's going to be like a merger of his style and my intent because I'm not a tattoo artist. I have never done a tattoo. I don't know what works the best. But I will have this specific idea, so I want to draw it out and I want to show them and allow the tattoo artist to adjust it if he says that it's not going to look good because of blah blah blah. So of course then I need to change some spacing or location of things. So that's something I have to respect because same for me. Like I wouldn't, if someone told me to draw exactly like Feng Zhu's, like what? Why? No, why should I? I'm an artist myself, So it's going to be a collaboration. But yeah, it's going to be a tricky one to get right. I'm not going to tattoo it before I'm completely pleased with it.
Vi pratade om din tattoo, va?
So my plan is to get it in the winter when the sun is non-existent, more or less. So I don't need to be worried about exposure. So I can just cream it and hide it. Det blir jättefint. Ta det lugnt bara. Bara tänk på vad du ritar. Så blir det lättare än att bara vifta handen.
Jag måste rita bakgrunden. Jag bara börjar på bakgrunden.
Well, Paul Treffel, I am 142093. I'm a concept artist. I think majority of people here already are concept artists or striving to become one. Paul, the origin of the surname, it's a given name. We don't actually know our real surname. We got land from probably like the king of Sweden at that time in Finland. So we moved over and we're theoretically kind of not noble, but something like that. We should have theoretically. We have a different surname. We don't know it. And Hurri in Finnish is a curse word. It means like a crazy Swedish person. I don't want to use full words with my son close by, but crazy person in a negative way. Like if you think of curse words. So whenever that is, you say it in Finland, they go, like you do know what your surname is, and you always have to say, yeah, of course I know. But anyway, so it's a given name by the people when we moved over. For the reasons I don't know, as it's really hard to know why 400 something years later. But
Jag förstår allting du säger.
there was 2 lines of Hurri, one upper Hurri and one lower Hurri, like the Hurri were the servants and the Hurris that were not, the actual people being served. And my family comes from the upper, and there's another line of Hurris which were the servants that we are not related to. So there's a line of Hurris in Finland. Kan du gå och kolla om det är mamma och så öppna dörren? Fråga först vem det är, okej? Someone's at the door. Yeah, so we should theoretically be like nobles with, well, we are theoretically nobles, we just don't know our actual surname. Should have a coat of armor or some fancy pants surname. It's just like our identity is lost in time in a way. I think one way to figure it out is to contact the House of the Knights, like in Sweden, or some historian in Sweden, and say like who got a land at 1600 in Finland. Another thing is that there were not a lot of noble people at that time getting land in Finland. It was just like one, more or less. So if you look at the history that way, I know my actual surname, but I haven't had it confirmed like by a historian. It's my own research saying, you know, there's only one line of noble people in Finland at that time. But yeah, I don't know if it's true, you know, because I'm not a historian.
När var bullen färdig för dig?
13 minuter.
Just was funny. I'm just sucking.
Sure, so that's my family history. It's a pretty cool one. Like, we should theoretically have my father should have like a mansion in Finland. We have a country house, a mansion with lots of farmland and stuff in Finland. But during when Russia bombed Finland, there were too many people dying from my family, and my father was too young to take care of a whole, full farmlands. So my father's cousin took over the farm, and in that way inherited the farm. So it kind of was written over to his lineage. So that guy's kids own it now. They live there, and they're renting out a lot of the property to farmers, you know, because none of them are interested in maintaining the land, as in cultivate it. They just rent it out for other farmers that need the space. So that's kind of interesting. It's a very unique family history. It's a cool one, and that's why I want to kind of celebrate it as well in my tattoo. So I live with my past, and I have my son's and daughter's name and my wife's name in runes, always with me. You know, like I'm empowered by them. I think it's a cool idea for a tattoo, better than random scorpion or tribal. In that sense, it is way more connected. I can, but my father is the true heir, and he's still alive, and he doesn't care, so I can't do anything about it.
Aber du vet att säga jag förstår.
That's great, Hugo.
Alla ord.
Fantastic. You're so smart.
Jag inte vet vad betyder curse.
Curse?
Ja.
Curse word. It's bad words.
Också curse kan vara någon förtal.
That is also true, but in this case, it's bad words.
So also.
Hmm. But the meaning comes from curse. That's true. It comes from religion. That you can't, like, when you put a curse on someone, like a witch.
That I understand.
Mm. Yeah, it's cool. I dig it. There's this guy who has MS, I think, and he hasn't been doing anything but kind of do research from his bed for years and years and years. So, but he's kind of reaching the end, and in a way, I want his research. I don't want it to get lost, you know. And that same guy apparently learned Swedish by only listening to radio. And when my father visited him one time, he said, "Oh, you speak Swedish?" My father said, "Yeah," in Finnish, obviously. And then he said, "Oh, great! I can finally try to test with someone if they understand me when I speak Swedish." So he switched over to Swedish, and my father said, like, his Swedish was like perfect. Radio Swedish. He had just been listening to radio and reverse engineered Swedish. So obviously the guy has intelligence, you know, and he knows how to do research. Crazy. Yeah.
Pratade du om din pappa när han lärde sig?
Nej, min pappas kusin. Mm-hmm.
Inte länge.
7 minuter ungefär. 7 minutes left. Scrambling a bit to get the full body detailed here, but I'm not too displeased with what it looks like. I kind of dig it. The face is, as always, I'm annoyed by. I think I tend to do too much personality into creatures' heads, too much like human proportions. I need to, next time I do creature, need to force myself from not allowing myself to do it. I need to kind of clamp it.
Så du säger att du alltid ritar i huvudet eller monstret någonting sånt?
If you look at the face, it could almost be a human face, where the eye is and where the mouth is. And all creatures don't need to have a face like that. They can be different. Look at the horse, or an elephant, or a crocodile. They have different places with the eyes and mouth. And I tend to do too much like a human, and that's not good. You have to do different things and try different things and experiment, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it could be a rhino dragon. Just put in another horn just to make things different. So that today it seems to be a history lesson in my family. It's a weird topic to kind of just openly discuss, but I guess that's how it is. Now you know.
You can't change something you already have done.
There's a great analogy, Hugo, where there was a person who took out all the toothpaste from from the jar and squeezed it all out and told the kid to now try to put all the toothpaste back inside, but you can't. And the person said, this is the way you should think about what you say as well. So if you say something, you can't take it back. So choose what you say. That's a great thing to think about, isn't it? Yeah.
Do something great, then it's also great.
Yeah, so if you say something bad to someone and they cry, you can't say, okay, I'm gonna put that word back in and not say it, because it's already said and the person is already crying.
But you can cheer him up.
Yes, you can. You can say sorry and try to fix it. But best is to not to say it at all, right?
Yeah, I think best. Faktiskt är det 20 sekunder.
Yeah, Michal, it's I have them all in my bookshelf. This huge pile of sketchbooks. I collected over those crazy couple of years of mad art crunch. If you were around yesterday, I talked about it. Cheers, Andy. You have to put good things in there, right? So good things come out.
Snart har jag gjort ett helt papper.
Fantastic. Wow. Wow. Can I show?
Okay.
Look at this.
Lappen är för stor, du måste gå bakåt.
Jag rullar den bara. Fantastic. You're so good.
Vad gör du nu? Vad är det med din bild nu?
Min drake. Det går bra. I want to change his face.
Face.
Face!
Face in the face.
Alla säger att du är jätteduktig, Hugo.
Jag vet.
Och de frågar, they're asking, is there a tunnel under the house?
Ingen aning, jag har inte ritat den, men jag kan väl.
Men vad är det då? Is that a dungeon?
Ja, det gjorde.
Yeah, it's an underground dungeon.
Like a secret underground base.
Secret underground base, apparently.
Okay, lägg in dem.
That's cool, Andy Nolan. Yeah, that's a good idea. Good. Det var en Andy, Hugo, som säger att jag skulle kunna göra en sån här 30 minuters warm-up. Men jag tar en av dina teckningar och ritar om dem.
Han går ta en av mina.
It's a good idea.
Jag har ingenting emot det.
It has to be like one of those bank day streams or Friday night streams. Because I don't want to... I mean, maybe actually I could... It would be warranted. Good idea. I'll think about it.
Jag har ingenting emot att någon tar och ritar om mina bilder.
That's very kind of you.
Jag har ingenting emot det.
Okay. 40-something seconds left.
It's for 41 seconds. Now it's 49, 30. Or 40.
40. Inte 14. 40.
Man säger 30 lätt.
30.
14.
13.
14. 13. 14.
Mhm.
14. Jag vet vad? Jag vet att många siffror har som teen i slutet.
Mhm. So that's why it's called teenager. It's the age when you have teen at the end. And then you're grown up.
When I will be a teenager.
So Teresa is a teenager because she's 15.
Time is up.
Time is up. All right.
Everywhere's time is up.
Time is up. Stop drawing.
And why are you drawing?
Ah. Okay. Right. That's great. I don't know. Great minds think alike. Right. So this is what was done today. Good old monster.
No, it's no monster. Oh, now it's come back.
Yeah, now it's back. Just like
No, it's not good.
who's coming back from being a dead Hugo?
No one.
Zombies.
There are no.
But in imagination there are zombies. aren't there?
Imagination, yes.
So this is it.
Bye bye.
Thanks for everyone for coming. Have a great day and catch you tomorrow. Bye.